You know what it's like? It's like you're going to the casino and you're going to put $1 million down on the roulette table to try and win $30,000. That is exactly what's happening. Because I'm just finishing, I'm still at a property, right? I'm across the road in the car. I've been sitting at the table for 40 minutes trying to negotiate with the agent and the buyer and the seller. Sometimes I do it. Sometimes I actually bring in, hey Ben, hey Brad. Sometimes I actually bring the vendors in to hear what the buyers are saying, and also for the buyers to get the view of the vendors. It's got to that stage, right? And we're trying to put this deal together, and I'm getting frustrated because we're $30,000 short. And I know what it's like. You come to this time of the year, if you haven't sold the stock by late November, you know, then in December, I just find that it's a real buyer's market in December. So I'm explaining to the vendors that, hey, for $30,000, do the deal. By the way, the vendor in this market influences whether we do a deal or not, right? The vendor does, let's face it. So Joe says, drive off and go home. Listen, let me just give you a market wrap. There we go. It's getting tense now. I wish I could take the camera here. I'm looking at him. You know, the vendor's tense. Everyone's tense. Anyway, team, there was 10 auctions so far. 5 have sold out of the 10. And then this one is number 11. And if it sells, that makes it 6 out of 11. And so let's just assume that we're 50% at this stage because it hasn't sold. So what I just said before, if you're a vendor that's watching this right now, you don't muck around with $20,000, $30,000, right? Everyone knows right now it's better for the buyer than for the seller. Yes, I've told them to call the Gamblers Hotline, Stefan. I've told them to call the Gamblers Hotline. I actually said to them, you know what it's like? It's like you're going to the casino and you're going to put $1 million down on the roulette table to try and win $30,000. That is exactly what's happening. Because I can tell you, once this buyer goes away, we've got nothing. And all I can say to you is if you're thinking of selling now, and to all the real estate agents, I would actually go in very quickly this week, do price alignments, and get them sold. Get them sold in November. December is a great time if you're a buyer. You know why? Because there's not a lot of other buyers around. They're all waking up from hangovers, from Christmas parties, or they're at the beach. And if they're not at the beach, they're at Westfield buying Christmas shopping, right? So you've got these next 2 weeks to put deals together, right? And I looked at a graph from CoreLogic RP data. It's a real interesting graph. You know, in the last 35 years, the 9 corrections, and the average correction lasts for 20 months. We're about 1 year into it. Steve Macheski, who's my cousin's Vlad dad, says, wrap it up. I'm trying. Believe it or not, I've got a blocked ear. I've got a sore throat. I've been playing wounded for most of this year, but at the end of the day, I don't leave because if I can smell that there's an opportunity, I'll stay in there. But I thought I'd just come here, sit down and do this wrap while I take the pressure valve off. They're still going. So next year will be worse, Ray. Look, no one has a monopoly on the truth. They're saying interest rates are going to land at 6.6%. We're not far away from it at the moment. So let's face it, we're towards the end of the rate rises. Now people are starting to feel the pinch. I can see it. I can see it in small business. Did the vendor not see you on the block? Everyone saw me on the block today. They all commenting on the block. But I've got to tell you, it didn't help. You know, today, 5 out of the 10 properties I was like the ones that didn't sell on the block. But how good was that? Adrian Portelli, everyone thinking that the guy was a dummy bidder. He's bidding 1.5 million over reserve. Oh, no, he's not real. And then today he buys the property. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, but he also knows the Indian couple on house 3. Well, whoopee-doo, right? So they know it. He's bought a house. Anyway, team, here it is. Now they're animated. Now they're animated. Bang, 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 bang. Karate kicks. I've explained to the vendors. We sell the property today. It is an unconditional sale. Brad Pierce says the guy just bought a car for 6.5 million. Yeah. Yeah, he did. How could you buy a car for 6.5 million? I actually think to myself, I don't even need the car I've got, right? I got this Tesla X that I've had for 4 or 5 years, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't even need that. Yeah, Bruno, people talk too much shit, Tom. Absolutely. Okay, so team, that's the story. The results are 5 out of 10. 6.6% is where the rates are going to land. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm signing off.